The riots taking place across the country are having an impact on charities, their people, and the communities that they serve. And we know that trustees, staff, and volunteers will be making difficult operational decisions about how they respond in these circumstances. To help, here are some questions which you might find useful to ask yourself to guide the discussions and conversations that you're going to have over the next few days. Firstly, assessing what is the risk. Are we, as an organisation, likely to be targeted because of who we work with or who we support? Organisations should absolutely not hesitate to contact the emergency services if their staff, volunteers, or beneficiaries face abuse, feel threatened, or are in danger. Are there any immediate risks to staff and volunteers? And what support or flexibility can we as an organisation put in place to ensure our people are supported? Do we have an emergency response or business continuity plan that we can fall back on in this time, especially if the riots were to directly impact on our community, our building, staff, or volunteers? How might racism, hatred, Islamophobia impact the people that we serve? And how can we better support those that are most impacted? Secondly, then, how do you and your organisation respond? What action will you take? Do we have a plan for communicating? Do we want to proactively reach out to those individuals and communities that are most impacted? Do we want to put together some kind of statement and show of support or solidarity to those people? And how do we, as an organisation, play a role in preventing the spread of misinformation at this time? Do we need to pivot our services, deliver them differently to make sure that our community continues to be served, but in a way that is safe? And what support will our beneficiaries and our organisation need to repair and build back? Which organisations in our local community should we be seeking to partner with or show solidarity with at this time? Do our local CVS, for example, have a community or other community groups have a kind of coordinated response that we might tap into or be a part of? And obviously, if you operate a physical space, is there a means of assessing the risk and making decisions based on that assessment of risk and safety, and practical decisions about kind of how do you operate the services safely, but also when do you close those services? Of course, if there is a loss or damage to property or harm to people, then this may require some more planning and a serious incident report, possibly to the Charity Commission. So it's worth checking that guidance. Finally, then, how do we review? And what do we do differently in the future? Do we need to review our policies, procedures, to make sure that in the future we are better prepared for these types of issues? Do we have gaps perhaps in our trustee board or in our staff or volunteer base in terms of knowledge, skills or experience in dealing with these kinds of responses? And if so, is that a training issue or a recruitment thing? And finally, are we sufficiently kind of connected to local partners, authorities, to make sure that we are able to do the kind of coordination in the response that we would want to? Hopefully those kind of 3 steps around assessing, responding and reviewing will be helpful in terms of guiding your conversations. For more information and up-to-date guidance, visit ncvo.org.uk.